right, hi parents, my name is Christy Plow. I am a second grade teacher here at Michael Elementary. You might recognize me as your child's teacher or a teacher on the second grade team. So the second grade team got together and decided that it would be really beneficial to the students and to the families to make these videos that might help y'all with some of the things we're doing in class to mimic those things at home. So I wanted to do a video today. We're doing a video today about two-digit subtraction because the goal for second graders is to be able to subtract two-digit numbers with regrouping. So there are three kind of sayings that help the kids identify what they have to do, and there's steps for it. So I'm going to do kind of the first, which is the simplest. I'm going to do, let me start with, so this is our algorithm mat. It is just very simple. It's an equation that what we call it now, but it's so they can clearly set up their problem, whether it be a word problem or just their numbers. You have a space for the tens and a space for the ones. Make sure that when they're writing it, for example, if I'm writing 68, I put the 6 in the tens place and the 8 in the ones place, not 68 minus 28. So they get that there's tens and there's ones, because that is very important when they start to solve this equation. So we'll do 68 minus 28. So our first saying goes like this. Always, step one, go to the ones place and ask yourself, do you need to regroup? So if I go to the ones place here, I will see, look, I have an 8 and an 8. So here's where the first saying comes into play. Numbers the same, zero's the game. 8 take away 8, 0. 4 take away 4, 0. 3 take away 3, 0. Numbers the same, zero's the game. Then go to this tens place, subtract the tens. Now what we do is we're trying to branch off of using the fingers, because as we get to bigger numbers, that's going to be kind of impossible. So we teach the kids to count back. So you start with a 6 and you count backwards. 6, 5, 4. And then you write that down at the bottom. So 68 minus 28 is 40. And that is the first type of problem that they will come across. And so another problem, it's the same process again. Always go to the ones place. Do you need to regroup? So let's do one where you don't need to regroup. We'll start with easy and get to the more challenging ones. So let's have 97, a 9 in the tens place and a 7 in the ones place. 97 minus 45. Okay, go to the ones place. Sometimes kids might circle the ones place so they know where their eyes need to go. If that's a visual help for your kids, let them do that. That's okay. So they ask themselves, more on the top or more on the floor? That's what they're going to ask for this strategy and the one following. This is the top, this is the floor. 7 is more than 5. So here's how it goes. More on top, no need to stop. Meaning I can just start here and, like we said, count backwards. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I don't need to regroup. I can do that. 5 is less than 7. I'm just going ahead and count backwards. Then go to the tens place and subtract. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So 97, take away 45 is 52. So that is our second strategy. And now we're going to move to the third one, the regrouping one. The one that is always challenging when you're first starting out, because it's really hard for the students to understand, oh, I need to go over, take a 10, put it back over to the ones, break it up and subtract. So I have here what we call a place value mat. This is very helpful for kids, very, very helpful, because they're able to draw the rods, draw the units, and cross out in order to take away. So we're going to do this equation. I'm going to write it in my algorithm. 53 take away 16. Now before we draw, we have to ask ourselves, go to the ones place, more on top or more on the floor? Okay, 6 is more than 3, so I'm going to have to borrow or regroup from next door. And so this is where we tell the kids to go ahead and draw. I need to draw 53. So I'm going to go and I'm going to draw 5 rods. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. I need to take away 6 from 3, I can't. I don't have enough. So I am going to take a rod. I'm going to draw an arrow as if it is going to the ones place, and I'm going to put 10 units in its place. We always try to have the kids to draw this in a 10 frame. 2 rows of 5, because a 10 frame is something they know and it's very helpful when they're solving it, which makes this rod not there anymore. We regrouped it next door to the ones. So now I can take away 6. So I take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I still have the 3 from the 53. So I'm going to put a big circle around what is left. And then I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 left, but when I go back to my algorithm, I didn't do that. So I took away a rod, which makes this 5 now 4, and I added it to the 3, which made 13. Then I took away 6. And when they get to this point, once they branch from pictorial to this equation, the abstract, they can count backwards: 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. But if they need the picture, that's by all means. Let them do it. So then, now I got to go to the tens place and subtract. I don't have 5 anymore, but I need to take away 1. So I'm going to take away 1 of the tens. There's 3 left. 4 take away 1 is 3. So 53 take away 16 is 37. As they practice and they practice, they will be able to go from pictorial. They're going to have to jump back and forth because we want them to get to this, solely this, where they can just know, borrow, add 10. But it is a process. Visualizing it and drawing it is very beneficial for the kids. But make sure that they go back and they rewrite the equation from what they regrouped on and what it turned into. So I hope that helps you guys at home. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask your child's teacher or ask me if I am their teacher. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and happy subtracting!